Hello.
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 Let's go!
Hey, kids.
Hey, Dad.
War crimes will be prosecuted.
Does the word mean anything to you?
Yeah, I chose this profession, so therefore I earned beer.
You want to go to the matinee?
The feeling is definitely there.
You don't know my name!
It's a new morning in America.
This is the old dude, Howard J. Reynolds.
Step into my office.
Not going to be too many punks.
Don't you stop worrying about the punk?
You! That's my name!
Yeah, let's go to the punk rock show.
Introducing for your listening pleasure.
Here it is. Here we go. Episode 88 of the High Fives podcast. Quick attendance. Mike,
I'm here, sir.
you're here. Good. Glad you came down for the night. Glad you signed on for the night. Glad you logged in.
It took a bit, but it always takes a bit.
Yeah, you did the thing. It's Masters weekend. That's the weekend we're recording this. Masters weekend. Did you watch the Masters a whole bunch, Mike?
Nathan, I like golf as much as I like The Princess Bride.
Wow. That's turned out to be fairly controversial.
I knew it was coming. I know
You've
who
lost
I
a
am.
team member as a result of it.
Again, I'm prepared to sacrifice any relationship to stand with my hatred for The Princess Bride.
What did you hate about it so much? I mean, obviously, if you have that much hate, you hate all of it. But
It's
like,
just
there must
stupid.
be there must
It's
be one.
stupid.
Why? But why is it stupid?
I hate that people quote things like, yeah, it's all fucking stupid.
But like,
No,
that's
we don't need to go
broad
into.
a brush.
Can I just not like something?
You can, but I feel like there has to be a reason to not like it, and like, it's stupid feels like not a great reason.
It's a valid reason. Why don't you like the OC?
I've never watched it.
You're lying.
No, I've never watched it.
Okay, why do you not like Friday Night Lights?
I watched the first season. It was fine.
But why won't you watch the second season?
It just didn't really interest me.
Oh, okay. That's fair. So if I said The Princess Bride just didn't really interest me, you'd be fine with that?
Sure,
Okay.
that is a reason beyond it's
If you told me Friday Night
stupid.
Lights sucked because it was stupid, I'd be like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't think that way, but I guess you do.
So now we're through that. I'm guessing you didn't watch the Masters at all
No,
either.
no, Masters.
No. Okay, no princesses, no Masters. I guess I can scratch all that golf talk I had booked for this podcast. Where do we go from there?
Why don't we tell everybody what the episode's about?
Hey, there we go. This is the top 5 track ones. The top 5 track ones, which kind of feels like a full circle moment at this moment because we just did the top last tracks a couple episodes ago. Do you remember what episode that was, Mike?
I honestly have no clue.
All right. We don't have to have any clue. That's okay.
You told me I didn't need to study for this class.
That's clearly a lie. You have to study for every class. Even mechanics, I think you had to study for that class. Woodworking? Yep, still got to study.
I made it till probably university before I studied. And look at me. I'm a pillar of success.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. Full circle moment. We did the last tracks. Now we're doing the track ones again, but again, no one's heard the first time around.
I feel like this is when we started to get a few listeners that we like.
This was the one. This was the groundbreaking episode.
Well, I don't think it was groundbreaking, but I feel like this is where like we lost the pity listeners, like people that'd be like, oh, I'll listen to your podcast. And then we gained some people that maybe hadn't heard us before.
Well, there was a reason for them to drop off.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Do you have your list from the first time around?
I do, because I really debated using some of these songs again. And there's definitely 3 of them I would have. One for sure I wouldn't because it was brand new and I don't want to support that garbage guy. So.
All right. So 1 you wouldn't have. 4 had potential to come across again. Did you use them again?
No, but there was at least 2 of them that I cut yesterday when I finished my list. So
Wow. Which ones did you cut that you had the first time around?
Joe Strummer, Johnny Appleseed,
Nice.
because I love that song. But I feel like I don't know if Joe Strummer needs us to push him anymore. I mean, he's not alive. So
No.
and the other one was Fiddler Cheap Beer, because I still think that track just rips. So
Slaps, as the kids would say now.
I'm old. I can say rips.
That's the distinction. Slaps and rips.
Maybe. What about you? Do you remember your list? I looked at your list too.
I have it right here.
They're
I can
all
tell you
great.
what it is.
I have it
They
in
are
front of
all
me, too.
great. The Front Bottoms, Adios, No Effects, Linoleum, Saves the Day, At Your Funeral, Polar Bear Club, Pawner, and Strung Out Firecracker.
Another strung out, hey?
Yeah. There it is.
Did you use
Again.
any of them?
No, I went fresh and clean.
Nice.
Which was hard because those are all like still great top 1 songs.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great list because there are so many great top ones. Like, and for me, an album opener can really set the tone for an album. Like, whether you want to keep listening, especially in this day and age when you're like, you have less of an attention span than normal. So, like,
Yeah.
if you open up with a really shitty track, there's a good chance I might not keep listening.
Yeah.
So, I know
I give a chance to the first 3.
that's a good stance.
And then we move on. If it doesn't grab me in the first 3, I gotta go.
But if you get a really good first one, you're in, right? Like, you might even
Oh.
just take that as the single then eventually.
I might.
Yeah.
I might. But that's the world we live in, is singles, not albums, Mike.
We've discussed this to nauseum.
Yeah. Did you pull all your track 1s from singles?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, good. That would have been offside, I think, Mike.
Offside? Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
No, you could do what you want, but I can still tell you what the rules are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a rule
Like
breaker.
the referee's not like, hey, you're
Yeah.
offside, don't do that. They're just like, oh, you're offside, now you have to face the consequence.
Okay.
Right.
Just going to give me a tech, okay?
There's no consequence. So, not to worry.
Okay.
Okay.
What have you been listening to, Nate?
What have I been listening to? Well, Mike, I've been listening to a few things. Let me share those few things.
I can't
With you.
wait.
Yeah. The first thing I've been listening to, Mike, is a band called The Co-Defendants with an album called This Is a Crime Wave. Have you listened to this one yet, Mike?
You know what, Nate? I haven't listened to it. I didn't like the singles.
Fair?
It's just not my jam. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I know a lot of people love this, and I'm just not jiving with it.
That's fair enough. I mean, I definitely don't think this is for everybody. That's for sure. And I know this album will likely get a lot of static, but I really like it. And I keep coming back to it. And I actually enjoyed the singles and was excited to hear the full length. For those of you that don't know, the band consists of Fat Mike, Sam King of Get Dead, and Chechi Ramos. I think that's how you pronounce it. There's also a guest appearance by DOC, the legendary DOC. It's a melding of hip hop, ska, punk, new wave that actually works. And that's what I think surprised me the most is like when you see, kind of it written out like this is what it is. It's like, how is that going to come together? But I think it worked.
How like late 90s is that to like try to amalgamate all that sound into one thing? There's that like little period where like radio rock try to incorporate all those things like punk, metal, rap,
Yeah.
pop
Yeah.
music all into one song. A little bit of ska, swing in
Yeah.
it. And bands were like just all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying Co-Defendants is like that at all, but it just like when you were describing that, that's the first thing that came to my mind was like Sugar Ray.
It's I wouldn't say it's like Sugar Ray. I'd say it's a little grittier than Sugar Ray.
Huh.
But I was surprised at how well I think this works together, and I think it's a cool, it's a different sound. It's a different sound than I've heard before. That's for sure. So something I've been listening to, will probably keep listening to. My next choice is Sam I Am Stowaway. Super pumped on this record.
Mm-hmm.
Are you super pumped on this record?
I am.
Or
It's-
moderately pumped on
No,
this record?
super pumped. It's on my list here too. Because
It's on your list.
This is like an album I was waiting for a long time. Then the couple singles didn't grab me the same like I thought they would. But once the album came out, it's just, it's great. And actually on the topic of like openers, the opener song is so good. So
yeah, that's why we shouldn't listen to albums before they're out. That's why we shouldn't listen to the slow stream.
What if you're excited like I am?
Well, then you do what you do, but I don't know. It's unfair to the album because I feel like as an album, it reads a lot better than the singles.
100%. And maybe I think Sam I Am's been that way for a long time. Like their albums are better than their actual like singles songs. So
to me, it feels like a melding of You're Freaking Me Out and Trips. So like a newer approach that reflects back to some of the band's earlier sound and success. And both of those albums I really like. This is their first album in 12 years and definitely did not disappoint. I've also heard people talk about founding member Jason Bebout's voice changing or sounding different. And I think that's fair. It's a distinct voice. And so there's an expectation of what that's going to sound like. And it very much contributes to the overall sound of the band. And I think there's a change that's more evident on some songs than others. But I would expect the voice to change over 12 years. Like they haven't done anything in 12 years. I would expect there to be a change in that time.
So my only thing on that is that because they had been a band for so long, for it to change, it sounded like it was a production change to me rather than like my voice changed because I'm now 60 instead of 50. I don't know how old they're in their 50s, I'm guessing.
You think they're 50s?
Yeah, they're around Gilman days, right? They got to be. So they're like,
they've been around since 88 as a band.
Yeah, so they're in their 50s for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I originally I didn't like the voice thing. It didn't hinder my liking of the album though, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, I think it's a rare accomplishment for a band that's been around that long to be putting out a record like this far into their career. Excellent listen. My number 3 slot, Mike, is Lucero. Should have learned by now. This one, is it on your list? Have you heard this one yet?
It's not on my list, but I do enjoy this album.
Yeah, I like it too. It's their 12th studio album full of songs about the road, hard living, hard drinking, and getting to tomorrow. The last couple of Lucero albums hadn't really hit for me, but this one caught my attention at track 1. It's an album written by a band who's seen it all and who's looking back on the long road that got them there. My last offering tonight, Mike, is Frenzal Rhomb, The Cup of Pestilence. It's the only band I know that sings the C word in full harmonies. That and more is what you've come to expect from Frenzal Rhomb. Breakneck speeds, catchy riffs, metal breakdowns, songs about drugs, beers, annoying people, friends, inside jokes that sometimes requires an Australian translator. Good thing for me, I've got a couple of those. I don't know if this is an album I'll come back to over and over, but I sure enjoyed this listen. Mike?
Okay, well, what have I been listening to? We talked about Sam I Am, so that's off there. The Omnigone album, Against the Rest. I'm sure by now you know how much I like Link 80 and how much I've liked the previous Omnigone stuff. Against the Rest came out last week and it didn't disappoint at all. It's just a great ska-core album and continuing off the previous release and singles that they've released. And if I'm being honest, it's way better than I expected. So
I know you've talked about these guys before, and I don't know if you've mentioned it, if I haven't paid attention, or maybe you haven't mentioned it, but I didn't realize these were the guys from Link 80.
So it's Adam from Link 80.
Just one guy?
As far as I know, it's just Adam from Link 80. And it's
okay.
Adam who also does the Ska Now More Than Ever podcast with
Aaron.
Yeah. Next band is a band called Toilet Rats. And the album is called 4 in Roman numerals. So funny thing, I didn't know much about this band, but it kept showing up on blogs praising how good it was. Checked it out and I'm really into it. It's funny because I was driving our buddy Justin home the other night and he's like, of course you like a band called Toilet Rats.
Yeah.
He's like,
makes sense.
He's like, and they've got a song called Haunted House. Oh, shocker, you like this. And then, so I don't know if that was if he liked the song or just was making fun of me. I'm leaning towards making fun of me.
Yeah, the latter for sure.
Anyway, Toilet Rats are a synth punk band from Minneapolis. And as far as I can tell, it's just one person.
Okay.
The obvious comparison is Devo, but Toilet Rats is way more punk than that. So maybe if Devo was blended with The Cure and the Ramones and some garage rock is how I just describe it. Sounds crazy, but seriously, check it out. 100% recommend it. Solid front to back, and it's really fun. You're not going to check it out, are you, Nate?
I might check it out. I mean, synth punk. I don't know that's...
I know that's a weird thing. That's why I tried to toss some other things in it. It doesn't... I don't know. You might like it. Might not.
I might. I'll check it out at the very least, Mike.
And the last one is a little CalCon for you. It's a band called Palliser and their EP Paper Swords. Palliser... Paper Swords came out a few years back, and it's a side project of Dave Holmes from Downway. Does not sound like Downway at all. It's basically the farthest thing from it. It's darker and more akin to post-punk bands than any sort of SoCal punk rock.
Hey, post-punk.
Yeah, you love that now.
Nice. I love post-punk.
It has a dark, futuristic sound to it. Nothing at all like I expected. I like the lyrics and the pessimistic feel of the whole thing, so I would suggest giving it a whirl.
Nice. I've never heard of that band.
Huh?
Until now. Now I've heard of it.
Well, when I was talking to Dave about it, he was kind of like weird about telling me about it. I think he was a little bit nervous because it's not punk and it's not like, I think if you're in a band that's got a sort of a reputation like Downway, you're probably like, oh, okay. Like no one's going to check out my side project where I actually sing a little bit and have keyboards and things like that. So I'm glad that he mentioned to listen to it, and it's really good. I check it out.
Cool. To the list, Mike.
That's where we go.
Quick, to the list. My first selection of the evening, Mike, is a song that really sets the table for the rest of the record. It hits hard right from the first beat. It's a song from 2003 that's just as relevant today as the year it came out. Comes from one of my favorite albums, The Artist in the Ambulance. The song is Cold Cash and Colder Hearts by the band Thrice.
Nice.
That's great rhyming, by the way. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but...
No, I
really
wish I was that
rhyming.
clever. I'm not.
Recently, they re-recorded this record. Thoughts? Have you listened to the new offering of Artist in the Ambulance?
Yes. Parts of it I'm interested in. Parts of it I could do without. If anything, it just made me want to listen to Thrice again, because it's not a band I used to love Thrice. Like this made me want to go back and listen to Thrice again more, and I hadn't in a long time. So if anything, it did that. There were a couple of the tracks that I thought were kind of cool. Some of them sound a little too slow and like almost radio rocky more than they were before. Do you get that?
Well, I don't know. My take on it is it felt a little like a live version of the song. So like subtle changes that didn't really make the songs any better. It just kind of made them different.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's a good way to put it.
When you see a band and they play your favorite song and it's just not quite the way that the recording is, and you're like, oh, okay. Kind of like that. But with that said, I give them full props for doing something for an anniversary record, because there are lots of anniversary records coming out now, and most of the time it's just a new pressing. It's nothing more than just a new pressing. So if you have the original version, it's like, oh, so I'm just in this for the color variant, or, I don't know, like there's not a lot of reason to buy the 20th, 25th, 30th, 10th, whatever anniversary edition. So I think it's cool that they try to do something different, and I think they're touring this record too, right? Not the original, but the new versions of all these songs.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That's a good way to think about it. It is cool that they did it. I don't really have any complaints about it. I know I had some conversations where people were like, "This is stupid," and I'm like, "Whatever, they're doing something."
Yeah.
My first one is Canada's Own Propagandy, and the track is Victory Lap off Victory Lap. Like this song just like rips right out of the gate. Sort of use that term again, rips. Sorry, what did you say? Slaps right out of the gate.
Yeah, slaps is what the kids say.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. They just rip out of the gate. Like, as soon as you hear that opening riff, you're just like, oh man, this is going to rule. And it doesn't stop for the whole album. Like, every single time I hear this song or this album, I feel like I need to turn my stereo up louder and louder and louder. And it just leaves me wanting more all the way from the intro track to the end. Like, so I think this, like, just sets the tone so great for this album.
Yeah, 100%. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. I think this might be my favorite Propagandhi album. And they've done a lot of really great albums. And I think that something that was unique to this album too is the progression, because I think when Failed States came out and had more of like a thrash vibe to it, I think that was the anticipated progression for this band, that it was going to be more of a thrash follow-up album, like even lean harder into that sound. But I feel like they really like brought back those melodic tones and like a lot of, you know, the kind of catchier riffs and vocal.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, I would argue probably with you that this is their best one too, but Failed States, I mean, I like all their albums, so I got nothing bad to say about that band.
Did you also know that this is the first one that had Su Lin on it?
I didn't until I actually looked it up the other day when I was doing this list. So, because I didn't know that the Beeve was supposed to play on their albums and she was just supposed to tour. I thought that was interesting. It
is interesting. And like, it feels like she's been in the band for a really long time, but it's only been like, I don't know. Well, Failed States came out 10 years ago. This one came out 5 years ago already.
Yeah.
Victory Lap.
That was crazy to me. Like how long it doesn't, when you listen to this album, it still feels like it came out like a year ago. Like that's crazy.
Totally. So maybe that says there's a new one coming this year. Every 5 years now, maybe they're doing them. I don't know.
If they've done a good job of covering up recording, if that's the case, because I haven't seen them post anything about recording or anything. So,
well, you know, there's not a lot of paparazzi running around Propagandhi in Winnipeg.
It's not a lot going on in Winnipeg.
I was just in Winnipeg.
I know, in a snowstorm, which is very Winnipeg. Snowstorm.
Well, that almost got me my my Winnipeg card. You know, if you go to Winnipeg and you can't get out on your desired day to get out, maybe not your desired day, because maybe that's day one. I don't know. But like on the date that you're supposed to come home, if you don't get out that day due to a snowstorm, you get a Winnipeg card. I didn't get it. I got home in time. But I did go to One Great City Brew Pub, which, I mean, obviously it's the Weaker Thans reference that brought me there. And then when I mentioned it to the waitress, I don't know why I mentioned it. I guess I'm a sucker for awkward conversation, but she was like, "Oh, what song?" And I was like, "Oh, really? Is there no indoctrination that happens when you name your establishment after a very famous and well-known Canadian Winnipeg song?"
Maybe not. Maybe because Samson's a Quaker now. Maybe people are like, I don't know who that guy is.
Maybe. I don't know.
Never know.
Cold Cash and Colder Hearts thrice and
Victory Lap, Propagandhi.
They are sick, they are poor, and they die by the thousands, and we look away. They are wolves at the door, and they're not gonna move us, so get it on with, 'cause we don't have the time. Here at the top of the wall, feeling alright. Here at the top of the world, we concert close. Here at the top of the world, we hold our own, keeping our hearts cold, and we've learned what matters most, so we keep our hearts cold.
When the flames engulfed the home of the brave, the stampede to war, the border was in vain. Faces, palm faces paled, as the wall they said would make them great could not be scaled. When the free market fundamentalist steps on the roadside by my side, can I heart bleeding to death? I swear to red ram, I'll ask for feelings that invisible held. Say not all cops, say not all men. Yeah, you insist it's only 99%. There's nothing new for you to learn. Okay, sit back, relax, and watch it all burn. Colossal waste of energy, talent upon the talent, and freedom upon the free. This whole damn beautiful life wasted on you and me. God, are you there? It's me, in the denim jacket. Are you receiving my prayers through the noise, cars, and static? God, are you there? Can you confirm I'm on the right goddamn bed? The day the rapture came, forgettable revealed. The clouds they opened up, and not a single person went to the chromatic whistle of a carousel calliope. Stop the citizens of our clouded yet gang-bad society. Stop.
Really strong song choice, Mike.
Well, I wouldn't want to let you down or my diminishing group of people that enjoy my picks.
Diminishing. It's getting smaller every day.
I piss a lot of people off.
It just means that, you're in it for you, right?
I think that's been clear from day one.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
This is a selfish endeavor.
Number 2? Should we do number
Number
2
two
now? Or number 2 seems right.
Number 2 does seem
Let's
right.
do number 2. This one is a title track It's a first track and the title track, Mike.
Okay.
And this album came out 2 years earlier than my last pick. So some quick math would tell you 2001. It came out in July of 2001, actually, titled Bleed American, and then was re-released after September 11th, after the attacks, as Jimmy Eat World, until 2008, which I didn't realize. I knew that there was like some callback on it, but I didn't know that they had lifted that callback and then re-released it again with the original title returned after 2008. As far as I know, the title track, Bleed American, remained the whole way through.
That's really weird. I don't remember any of that happening. I wonder if that was like in the States only.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember hearing about it, but...
Because like I was working at the record store at that time, and I feel like I would have known that. The only song I remember getting pulled that day was the Strokes album had come out, and it had a song called New York City Cops or something on it, and they made us pull all of them like the next day. But I don't remember anything with Bleed American. So I would wonder if it was an American thing where they were just like, no?
Maybe. I remember there was a hip hop or a rap group that had an album that came out like right around that same time that had like the World Trade Center. Like there was some reference to the World Trade Center buildings.
You are right about that too. And I can't remember who it was, but I do remember that one. But I don't think that ever even actually came out. I think that was just like that was supposed to come out and they just pulled it.
Yanked it before. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this song, once again, perfectly sets the table for the rest of this record. Bleed American was the first song and single from this record. Clarity was the album before, and Clarity was kind of set up to be their breakthrough, right? That was the one that, I think that was the one they signed to the major for. Is that right?
No, I think the one before actually is the one when they signed to a major.
Oh, really?
I recall. Maybe not. I don't quote me. I can't remember now. It's either way. Clarity was on a major.
Yeah. And kind of fell flat, right? Like at least to the expectation that it had.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's my go-to Jimmy Eat World album. I understand why Bleed American is for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Both phenomenal albums, but Clarity is my the album that made me fall in love with that band. So,
I mean, this is the simpler album to Clarity, more straightforward, much catchier, but one of my favorite records of all time, even, Mike.
It's up there for me. But I really love Jimmy Eat World. I find it hard to find faults in most of their albums. Like sometimes the newer ones have not as strong of a holding pattern for me.
Yeah.
And it could be just being this day and age and maybe not as relatable, but I just love this band. I don't have much to say that's bad about them either. Give me somebody I can rag on.
No, there will be no ragging in this episode, Michael.
All right. Bleed American, great song, great album. I'm going to have to look at my CD later and see what the album name is on it, because in my head it's always been Bleed American.
Yeah, I wonder. Mine's Bleed American. This is just what the internet told me, Mike. The internet could be wrong too. I feel like that's a very big statement for the internet to make, though.
It wouldn't shock me. I mean, right away I can see how people would be, especially at that time, how heated everything was. Bleed American. I mean, they pulled that, like I said, that New York City Cop song. It has nothing to do with anything except New York City Cops. Didn't say blow up the World Trade Center.
Fortunately.
Yeah. I guess it's my turn, right?
That's how this goes. Me,
so
then you.
I'm curious if you've ever heard this band that I'm going to pick, because it's a band I like a lot, and I don't know if I ever told you to check them out. The band is Waxwave. Do you know Waxwave?
I know Waxwing.
Not Waxwing, Waxwave. Right.
No, I don't know Waxwave, I don't think. Maybe.
Waxwave are from Philadelphia, and they have a few albums, but I feel like they're all EPs. They originally started more as a rocky punk band in the vein of And I hate to say this because this band turned out to be a piece of shit, and it's they were comparable to Beach Slang for me, like in that sort of same sort of sound. And like I said, I don't even like bringing up that band because that guy's an asshat. And just to be clear, Waxwave has nothing to do with Beach Slang, but they just sort of had that same sort of sound. And the first EP was more of their rocky, like Replacements sound, that whole thing. The song I picked is called Modern Western World, and it's off their album EP2. And this is their follow-up to the original EP. And with this album, they continued that same sort of sound, but they started to incorporate a much more 80s pop feel to it. Not in a bad way, because that sounds like it's like a pop album. It's not like at all like that, but they just added some keyboards and like some more pop progression. Just a great band overall. And like I said, with the Propagandhi song, this one just sets the tone for the whole album, and it leaves you craving more, especially since it's only an EP. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about that.
Bleed American, Jimmy Eat World, and
Waxwave, Modern Western World.
I'm not alone 'cause the TV's on, yeah. I'm not crazy 'cause I take the right pills every day. And rest, clean your conscience, clear thoughts with space side with your read your mind? Are we trying to find a bunker to hide from the atomic fallout with a line to call out? Trying to find a bunker to hide from the atomic fallout. Are we done? I can read your mind. Are we done? I can read your mind. Are we done? I can read your mind.
I would say in the last 5 episodes, 10 episodes maybe, we've had more crossover. We had no crossover the first 80,
Yeah, what's going on with
the
that?
first 70 maybe. But like, I think there was like maybe 1. But now it seems like there's all kinds of crossover. We're just syncing up, Mike. We're getting synced.
No, I'm going to think it's because you're doing way more research than you used to do, and I'm doing way less.
Oh, so that's how we're meeting in the middle?
We're meeting in the middle. I'm trying not to overthink every pick, and
Right.
you've started overthinking all our picks.
I feel like you used to bring a lot more obscure bands that I'd never heard of, and you still do that. I don't want to say it's less, but choices that you've made that I was like, oh, wow, it's very un-Mike. I got used to being able to grab at the, I don't want to say low-hanging fruit, but grab at the easier ones, let's say, the ones that require less diving to the bottom of the pool.
I'll start doing some more homework, all right?
You're swimming at the top with me, Mike, in the
Yeah.
shallow end.
I don't want to be compared to you.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
you're a great guy and all, but
But
you like the Princess Bride. I don't.
you sure do want to talk a lot about the Princess Bride for a guy who doesn't like it. Are you noticing that too?
I just want people on my side, and no one's there.
As you wish.
Whoa.
This all comes to a head where we find out that my next pick was your last pick.
Oh.
So Victory Lap by Propagandhi was actually my next pick. And I don't set up an Audible because I have no expectation that we're going to overlap, even though we have been a little bit more. A lot of times I only have 5 picks. I don't have a list of 30 that I've been culling and cutting for weeks on end. So this is one of 5. And I think we'll just go to a little bit of silence, for that one of 5.
Well, Nathan, I have a suggestion. You can say no, but since this is a repeat episode, we could pick something off your first list.
Ah.
Would you be interested in that sort of endeavor?
Ooh, that's quick thinking, Mike. And let me think on that for a moment.
Okay.
Let me think on that for a moment.
I can tell you, I have them listed in front of me.
Okay. I'm going to think on it because this is a happy coincidence that we have this alternate list of 5 to fall back on that no one's ever heard us play on the High Fives podcast before. It exists, but only for the people that know.
See, I was nice there. I could have suggested you pick one of the 5 from my list.
From
the
your
first
list, sure.
Because that would have been that
makes more
narcissistic-
sense. Yeah.
The narcissistic version. But
That
what? I'm
tracks.
feeling nice today.
Today's the day.
Yeah.
Seize the day, Mike. There is one thing that I had written down that maybe you saw, and it actually kind of relates to what we were just talking about at the beginning of this section. This is from the wiki where Chris Hanna wrote of the Victory Lap record, quote, "For most of the songs I wrote on this record, I tried to go in with a different philosophy than I have in the past. Instead of laboring over every word and making everything perfectly fit some sort of end result, the rule was first thing out of my mouth is the first thing that goes on paper." That's kind of interesting, don't you think? A little bit interesting.
That is a little interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, okay. I'll take one of my other ones, but you get to pick it. You've got the list in front. You can pick from one of the 5, but let's save it for the end when you can announce both the songs. How do you like that, Mike? You get to
Ooh.
so
I can just surprise you.
Your decision to be less of a narcissist is actually fulfilling the narcissism.
All right. I can get behind that. I like the power you've given me.
Right?
It's a lot of power. I like it.
Yeah, raise it up, Mike. Raise it up. Let's all raise it up. Let's raise a glass to Mike.
Saint Mike. That's what the people call me.
Yeah.
The next one I had At the Drive-In, and the album is Relationship of Command. And the song is a song, I'm not entirely sure how to say the title, but I think it's Ark Arsenal, which is the intro track, obviously, because it would be weird if I didn't pick an intro track for our intro track episode.
Well, it would be against the rules and there would be consequences.
Would you beat me up?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
It's not violence.
Okay.
Violence doesn't make change, Mike.
It's true, it doesn't.
No.
Anyway, I still remember putting this album on the first time when I worked at the record shop, and it blew me away. What a great way to kick off an album. It's, again, one of those songs that just gets you ready for everything on the album. I had always liked the band, and I know purists will gatekeep and say In Casino Out or Via are better, but Relationship of Command to me is just flawless. And like after reading Sellout, I appreciate the band even more now, because like what a crazy story.
It is. That was the best story for sure in that book, and a story I had no clue about.
Yeah, it's interesting because like once again, I think being in Canada, we were shielded from their like mediocre rise until this point. Like we just got the Relationship of Command side of their success, right? Like
yeah,
like to me, they were just a band that was on Fearless for me before, and then like a couple of like Scenester kids had told me about to check out. But man, like after reading that, I wish I could have saw them before like success destroyed them.
Right.
Like everything about it just sounds like so much energy, and like knowing what that album is like it's so energetic and so angry and politically charged and everything. And when you read the book about their shows, you could see like that awful juxtaposition of being successful and then having to sing these songs to giant crowds instead of like people that were maybe on the same page with you.
Yeah.
Love that album. Love everything about this track. I was kind of surprised. In my head, I thought that was the first single, but still One Arm Scissor was still the first single when I found this out. So, and now we go to the fun time endeavor of picking Nathan's song for him.
The crown jewel of the podcast, if you will.
All great picks. Front Bottoms, Adios, No Effects, Linoleum. I think that's the one that some people would go with easy. Saves the Day at Your Funeral. I had this on my list this time, thinking about putting it on. Polar Bear Club, Pawner also was on a list for this episode. And Strung Out Firecracker. Okay. I'm torn between two here. I'm going to go with Saves the Day at Your Funeral, because I feel like it came out about the same time as this At the Drive-In album.
That's exciting. This was exciting, Mike. Getting to watch, the behind the scenes moment of you making a selection. We haven't done that one time in 88 episodes. That was really exciting. It was like watching or listening to the play-by-play of your brain.
You don't want to know what's going on there. There's way more play-by-play. That was the filtered version.
Right. That was the 4TV version.
Yeah.
That's a great choice. I love that song so much.
Love that album. Love that song.
Yeah.
Are you going to announce your song, or do I announce your song still?
No, you do it. You do it all. I'm just going to sit back and I'll see you at pick 4.
Saves the Day at Your Funeral and At the Drive-In, Ark Arsenal.
It's pretty good.
This song will become the anthem of your underground. You're 2 floors down, getting high in the back room. If I flooded out your house, do you think you'd make because together, feel it together. Soft like glow in the cranium, a bullseye makes it aided. I must have read 1,000 faces. I'll be forced to give up. Together, feel it together. Catatonic leisure at 1,000 miles per hour. Beware! 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 The moon's in charge in here, walking out loud so clear. 'Cause I'd really like to meet him. The moon's in charge in here, in the rearview of this mirror. 'Cause I'd really like to meet him. The moon's in charge in here, walking out loud so clear. 'Cause I'd really like to meet him. One more race, strike west. Have you ever tasted skin? Sink your teeth in it. Have you ever tasted skin? Sink your teeth into. Have you ever? Beware! Beware! Beware!
My fourth selection for the evening is by a band whose album, their first album, in fact, came out in 2020. It made my best of list for that year, my top 5, if you will, for that year. Every song on this album is a winner, including track 1, which sets the tone, the pace, and the expectation. I feel like we talked a lot about that, sets the table, sets the tone, but like, track 1 needs to do that to be successful. Like it's the most
100%.
important track on the album.
And like I said, especially in this day and age, you've got no second chances.
No.
Like,
One chance.
got to go out hard.
Would you capture it? Would
Gotta
you?
live for the moment.
His palms are sweaty. Knees weak. Arms are heavy.
Pretty sure you shouldn't have ate spaghetti. That's what I'm hearing from that whole thing.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story.
That is, right? Like,
For sure.
Don't eat spaghetti when you're going to go rap.
For sure. Yeah.
You can't have a full stomach of spaghetti in a rap battle. It's just
No.
bad news. It's
Avoid
bad
it.
karma.
Yeah. You want water, maybe a PB&J, sitting in there, but nothing too heavy like spaghetti.
Yeah, you can't have that.
No, I'd agree with that. Lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. This song, though, is not that song. This song is Can't Be Mine by Bad Nerves off of their self-titled record that came out in 2020. As I mentioned, it's punchy, it's fast-paced garage punk that's all wrapped up in 28 minutes. It's fun, it's high energy, and honestly, I have just kept coming back over and over and over. Like, I don't feel like it's the lyrics. I don't feel like it's the music or the instruments. It's really like the whole package. The whole package for this album. It's just so good.
They're just a good album. They're a good band. The album's good. They had a single like a year ago, but I thought a new album was coming out. Nothing came out. So
yeah, so they've been like teasing this new album for what feels like a really long time. It's only been at most 2 years, but feels like a long time. From what I gather on the socials, they are recording this record right now. But I have no idea. I don't have an inside track, Mike. I don't know when it's going to be done.
I saw they released a live album the other day.
I don't love a live album. Like it's fine, but like there's very few I think that really like capture like the essence of being live at a concert. Unless there's like some really clever kind of banter. I feel like that's what makes the NoFX I Heard They Suck Live album kind of fun to listen to.
Yeah, I would say that's why. And yeah, I just live albums aren't my jam. There's maybe a handful that I can listen to, and I would never choose to go there first.
No. So I'm excited for the next studio album from Bad Nerves.
Me too.
Something we can agree on.
I don't like it, Nate. I don't like it at all.
As you wish.
Too much agreeing. This whole podcast is based on me versus you. And
yeah,
now
how did that
we're
happen?
becoming simpatico. It's like you venomed me.
I don't know what that means.
Venom in comic books, like he like joins to the other body. The host, he's like a parasite.
Oh, I get it. So who's the
you're
parasite?
basically a parasite.
I'm a parasite, of course. That tracks.
You've stolen my soul.
Right.
Maybe I'm the parasite. That probably makes more sense, hey? I'm a bad influence. Speaking of exciting bands, this band that I picked is a band I'm super excited about. I haven't been this excited about a band in a long time. The band is 1876, and they are an indigenous punk rock band from the Portland area, and they combined punk rock, some elements of hip hop, I guess, not really, with traditional powwow drumming, which sounds interesting because it is. It's so cool that they've incorporated these different styles and made it into a great punk rock band. I like this band so much because it's different than most punk rock. I love the lyrics and different styles they incorporate into their music. Powwow Punk Rock 3 opens up with a killer of a track called DGAF, or Don't Give a Fuck, and it lays it all out there, what the band is about, and it sets the tone for the EP, like we said. That's so important. It's just a band I'm really stoked on, and I think you should check them out. I think indigenous people are often underlooked, especially in music and in punk rock. Like, I can't think of too many indigenous bands, and I mean,
yeah, I think there's a couple.
Like No More Moments is like the big one here.
Yeah, Iron Tusk I think is another one.
Yeah, there are some, but I mean, it's just an underrepresented portion of society.
Totally.
In music in general. So it's great to see it happening. They are coming here for Sled Island. If you are a Calgarian, you should go check them out. I might even make it there. I might try to make Nate come with me.
I like how you leave it hang out there, you know?
Dude, I don't commit.
I know.
You're lucky I committed to that Saves the Day song.
I'm lucky. I'm the lucky one.
You are.
Yeah. Can't Be Mine, Bad Nerves, and
1876 DGAF.
Can I be yours?
I'm likely to die in the street for being me, but don't nobody give a fuck. Murder our sons and our daughters and walk free, but don't nobody give a fuck. How come we never make the news on TV? Cause don't nobody give a fuck. You're financially benefited from my tragedy. That's why you don't give a fuck. Don't act like you don't give a fuck. 300 million people waiting for me to lose my grip on the control that I serve it, so they can lock me in the cages and the pages of history books and label me a savage. Perpetuating stereotypes on the line in a society that's trying to erase me, while simultaneously forcing me to forget the past. Cause it's never changing. I'm the walking relic with the fucking target on my back. I wouldn't if I'd ever had the chance. The thought of opportunities that everybody else has. Until it's stolen the land. I'm broke as fuck. I'm tired and way too stressed out. But I can't let you see now. Cause you call me weak for fucking feeling with Trump. Anything you can think on to keep me from rising above it. By the dozens, but it doesn't seem to be enough to warrant any coverage. Like the media is covering up awards, being entrusted in the companies that profit off the oil by the government that's lusting for the blood that's in our soil. Poison the water when land it washes and burns, and now they're hunting our women and now they're hunting the girls. Now binary bodies hanging, but it's not your concern. We're catching bullets in the back, but it's not your concern. Don't trip, keep it steady when you're stepping over the bodies belonging to our families, while you're marching for equality. I'm likely to die in the streets for being me, but don't nobody give a fuck. Murder our sons and their daughters and walk free, but don't nobody give a fuck. How come we never make the news on TV? Cause don't nobody give a fuck. You're financially benefiting from my tragedy. That's why you don't give a fuck. Don't act like you don't give a fuck.
Well, I guess this is that time of the episode where I say some things to some people to shelter all the horrible things that I say during the episode. Thank you to all the people who continue to make doing this podcast a thing I look forward to each month, whether it's Nate, the WhatsApp group, or anyone that's reached out and said a nice thing to us, either by email or in person, or just even a comment on one of our Instagram posts. Please continue to do so, because that goes a long way to making this thing possible. You can check us out online on our website, highfives.ca, or other social sites like Instagram. I keep hearing Nate's going to start a TikTok, but I think that's just rumor mill stuff. You know, kind of like how Procter & Gamble is a satanic company. You keep hearing it's true, but is it? I don't know. We'll wait for Nate's TikTok. As always, we really do appreciate everyone listening and supporting us. If you listen somewhere where you can rate us, give us a nice rating, or more importantly, just tell your friends to listen. That goes a long way, and it's more meaningful to us anyway. And I think that's it. Do you have anything else to say?
Well, I'm just curious who's been telling you about this TikTok project.
Oh, it's all over the place.
Like all over the place.
Dude, it's all over the place. The word on the street, the word on the net. People are abuzz.
Street and the net.
Yeah.
Wow.
Buzz.
Wow.
They're like, the big news items are Taylor Swift broke up with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And Nate's maybe starting a TikTok. It's like 50-50.
Wow.
That's how big it is. Everyone wants to see you dance.
Well, you know,
they're waiting for it.
This song that I picked, you know, it's the first track because the song was originally going to be titled Intro. So that's how you know.
Always a good gamble.
Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't call it Intro because the irony of the real song title would be fully lost.
Okay.
This song's called The End, which is great for a first track, number one. It also fits nicely into the package we've created of a top 5 list and sliding it in as the number 5 pick.
I'm liking this, Nate. I like the way you're thinking.
Do you know what song I'm talking about yet, Mike?
I have no clue, but I love it.
It's off the 2006 album Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
Oh, crazy.
This song is the first of a 3-act play or opera or a musical or whatever you want to call it. It's full of vibrato and theater. I mean, this song has the narrative of like the circus crier, you know, screaming out to come gather a crowd and come witness this thing that's about to happen. This song nods to the journey that's ahead and pulls you into the story. It's an exciting beginning, Mike. It's an absolutely exciting beginning to a timeless record.
Great album, great song, great band.
Yeah, all the things. They check all the boxes.
This band gets shit on sometimes, but I love My Chemical Romance. Like, I have no problems admitting that much I like them.
Yeah, they are a great band. And like, I can't think of something that's been done this well of this caliber ever within this genre.
Maybe American Idiot?
Not to the same extent.
Yeah, probably not as... I mean, the theatrics of My Chemical Romance and the style, it's a little... It leans towards something like this. And
it feels more operatic too. Like it has movements within it, right? Like American Idiot could be heard as just an album front to back, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. And it kind of works with my next pick in a weird way.
I can't wait to hear.
So this is a band, I kind of missed the boat on this band. And it wasn't until years later that I really appreciated them a lot more. And this song that I picked is the one that hit the switch for me. And it just happens to be the first track, which worked well. And I don't think this would have even come up on our list, but a few weeks back, I was having a conversation with our friend Justin. Oh, I brought him up twice this episode. That's weird.
Wow. Is he a new sponsor? Is he trying to be a new sponsor?
I don't think so.
Is there something
hear what he has to say about you?
He's always been a Team Moke guy.
I think he's always been a Team Justin guy. I don't think he cares who he hurts. Anyway, we went to a Flames game and we were talking about this band, and he was just saying how great this band was, and it's how he had just sort of come around to liking them. And my comment was, they write great songs, but not great albums. And the band is the Wonder Years.
Nice.
The album is The Upsides. The song is My Last Semester. So after our conversation, I went back and started listening to a bunch of their albums, and I think it changed how I looked at the band. And this album specifically is the one that really I was like, oh no, this is a good album. It's not just like good singles. And I think I had always lumped Wonder Years in with pop punk. And I think at that time that there was that whole defend pop punk thing, and that just really wasn't my thing. I like it more now than I did when it was all coming out. So
they're definitely the ones that stood out from that genre. And I think one of the few that are still going. Like their new album's great.
Yeah, it is. What Justin had brought up to me was the lyrics and how they aren't just like pop punk lyrics. They're really deep lyrics. And that's what sold me on it. And I just really like the song. So I figured I'd pick the one that sold me on the album. Sold me on the band first, and yeah, that's why I went with it.
Mike, this is the end. My Chemical Romance and
The Wonder Years, My Last Semester. Stay cool, be excellent to each other.
Now come on, come all to this tragic affair. Wipe off that makeup, what's in is despair. So throw on the black dress, mix in with the lot. You might wake up and notice you're someone you're not. If you look in the mirror and don't like what you see, you can find out firsthand what it's like to be me. So gather round, piggies, and kiss this goodbye. I'd encourage your smiles, I'd expect you won't cry. Another contusion, my funeral jag. Here's my resignation, I'll serve it in drag. You've got front row seats to the penitence bar. When I grow up, I want to be living. I say,
like a ton of bricks. Started calling blasphemy. Fucking catastrophe. Saying it's a stupid choice to make, but this place just brings misery. What it does to me. I thought, but I can't escape the way that I don't fit in with any of this, and I don't think we're the same. Fucking losing my head trying to understand this. Kids outside with guitars hoping for someone to notice. No one wants to hear your sappy bullshit. All these Satan girls laughing at art school kids, getting mobbed in return for being substanceless. You're too caught in semantics to see it, but you're not fucking different. So they're calling it blasphemy. Fucking catastrophe. They're saying it's a stupid choice to make, but this place just brings misery. I see what it does to me. I fuck, but I can't escape the way that I don't fit in with any of this, and I don't think we're the same. I'm not sad anymore, I'm just waiting. It's 2 more months till I'm done with this. Nights don't make sense to anyone but my best friends. And nights don't fit in anywhere but the back of the bed. And I don't make sense to anyone but my best friend. And nights don't fit in anywhere but the back of the bed. And I don't know. So they're calling it blasphemy. Fucking catastrophe. They're saying it's a stupid choice to make.
So we'll see.
All
We'll
right.
see when it comes out, Mike.
All right.
I don't know when it's coming out.
So you got 15 days.
Is it no, it's more than 15.
I have no idea. I don't know what the date is today.
That's challenging math. You know,
It
when
is.
you want to
What is
I'm
the
gonna
date
take-
today? The 10th? 9th?
9th. It's Easter, Mike.
Easter is a fluctuating date.
It is.
Like
That's
Father's
true.
Day or...
It's not like Christmas.
No.
It's not like that. All right.
All right,
Ready?
let's start. Yep.
All right.